pork chops. Everybody's scared of them, and frankly, there's reason to be scared. One of the reasons is that they dry out and turn into flat bullets, which you don't want. There's two ways to prevent that from happening. The first way is to brine it. Years ago in the pork loin episode where we talked about brining, I show you how to make a brine. I'm going to use the sous vide. Now, you don't have to use a sous vide. You don't have to own a sous vide. I'm using a sous vide for the hell of it, okay? If you're not using a sous vide, you cook them in a pan in the oven on like 420 for about 20 minutes, period. The thing that people mistake is they cook it until it goes like this, and then it's like shoe leather. So the sous vide will eliminate that completely. However, with the sous vide, I'm going to have to sear it quickly afterwards in butter, just to give it a crispy top. So let's pretend that these beautiful Berkshire, which is humanely raised, and no antibiotics, etc., pork chops just came out of the brine. So first of all, I'm going to cut this shallot. You don't have to worry about this too much. Now, last night I made a little Rainier cherry sort of compote. Rainier cherries are the ones that have the pale gold color as well as pink. We have numerous chutneys on the show you can use. You can serve this with any chutney or any fruit sauce you want. But last night I made a pretty good sauce. I should actually take it out of the fridge. You're going to get your hands dirty, because you're going to use your hands to butter these. I got these from Cinderella, and of course So I'm going to butter these, which is, it's a little intense. This is good for sous vide. I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing on the planet, but it's the other white meat. What a brilliant advertising campaign that was.
It's where we're at, it's what you want, it's on your mind, it's in your mouth, it's pork, and it's catching on, the other white meat.
So these are really buttery, really nice. So I'm just gonna clean my hands. Okay, now I'm going to just do a regular seasoning of these, which is just salt and pepper. And when they come out of the sous vide, they're gonna be wan, W-A-N. Because I didn't sear them. I'm going to tell you guys about a book. I don't know what to say except just to tell you the title. If you have a couple days in your life, read The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. I'm going to use a little bit of miso, even though I did use salt. So I'm just going to put a little bit out, on my counter. You don't want to put utensils or the touched raw meat back into the thing, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of this flavor. So here we go. I'm now gonna put these in the sous vide bags. I'm gonna use my not chamber vacuum sealer, food saver, to seal them. And then I'm gonna squirt honey on them at the end. I'm not gonna put the honey on before I put them in here. You know what I mean? Oh, these are the new food saver bags. Look at this. Oh. Stands up all by itself. Try not to get food up at the top where the seal's gonna be. And food saver people know what I'm talking about. There, space in between. Very nice. So Jay Blades from the repair shop got an MBE. Couldn't deserve it more. I'm running out of time to get my MBE, guys. A little bit of shallots. Now I'm going to squirt honey in the bag. You can serve these with applesauce, with coleslaw, with any summer thing that strikes your fancy. Now I'm going to food saver them. If you put liquid in these bags, at the very end, when you most need it to be dry, the pump will pull the liquid up to the top of the bag and ruin the seal. Liquid is the enemy of the food saver. Ribs, for instance, you're watching it, everything is going great, and then goes the hoisin. We're gonna try it without any precaution to see if honey and butter is enough liquid to suck up through the thing. Here we go. Uh-oh! Oh, here it goes! Ah, look! Seal! Ah, we did it. Perfect seal. Here are my food saver. I'm gonna go and get my heated sous vide water. Here's the jewel. I put it on 142, which is pink and obviously cooked, because I'm gonna sear it and I need a little leeway. So here we go. 1 chop, 3 chops, 4 chops, 5. So I'm looking at the water to see if there's a disaster, which is an open bag. I don't see anything in the water. And I'm gonna leave this for 1 hour and 30 minutes because my chops are about 1.5 inches thick. Then I'm gonna take it out and sear it. Goodbye, little pork chops. We sous vided the pork chops, and here they are. Perfectly cooked because they're sous vide. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat up some oil until it's rip-roaring hot. Hot pan, grapeseed oil. There you go. A little bit of oil. If you have the option, I would do this outside because it's gonna make a mongo mess, with a pan on the grill. While that's heating up, I'm going to open the bags. You know, we forgot to put herbs in here, but oh well. I think it's gonna be just fine. These are cooked, you could eat them right now, but they're not seared. They don't have any crispiness, which Leonard, oh man, because he's so blind, he's really right under my feet now, which they say is kind of a trait of super blind dogs, that he needs to be near where he can smell my shoes, you know. Now, ideally, you want this like smoking. All we're doing is coloring it. That's it. When I flip it, I'm gonna throw in some butter, which will make it brown. Excellent. You don't want to cook it too much though, guys, okay? So I'm actually gonna turn these and I'm gonna get the really nice sear on the bottom. You could serve this with like a yummy, crisp salad of some kind. Beans, green beans. The only problem with the sear, if you're doing it inside and your guests are there, is they see this part, but it's like, what can you do, right? That's perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm taking them out. Oh, yes. So I made a little cherry relish, you'll see. And I would just put these, you know, in a nice, obviously not on this plate, but you know, like a little nice arrangement with some, maybe some fresh herbs and the relish. Pork chops. Doesn't take a lot. You're watching it, everything is going great, and then goes the hoisin.